We've got a meme review that we're going to do today. We are roasting Zoran Mandani and Nancy Pelosi today. That'll be a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
And I say that. No, yeah, I mean it. Okay, yeah, we're going to
Literal roast.
we're gonna roast them good.
Good.
And then we've got Nikki Knows Facts. We're going to talk about some phobias. And I will put this out there right now, and we'll do it again before we start that segment. We're not wanting to trigger anxieties. That's not what this show is about. Our phobias are not what you would call common ones, so I'm hoping that everybody can kind of stick around for that. If you have anxieties around phobias, I'm putting the word out there. I just want to warn you about that. But it'll be a fun segment. A lot of people have some kind of fear. My concern is I don't want to get on the topic and trigger one for you. So just putting the word out there. And then we're going to do a song review. We've got Rai, the producer guy, with a song review. We'll do that. And a couple of political little things that we're going to go over as well. Just fresh off the pages, if you will. So good to have you with us. And welcome again to Further Every Day. Thank you for your support. You can catch us on YouTube, Rumble. You can catch us live on Sundays, tuning into DLive in Vaughn at PSB, Patriot Soapbox. We appreciate them giving us a platform with which we can meet and talk with all of you great folks. Okay.
Definitely.
Ryan, are we ready to get started here?
I am. Are y'all?
Yeah, sure am. Let's do it. Cut number 1. Let's talk about Mr. Zoran Mandani.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Holy sucking sound, Batman. Gotham City is emptying out. What do we do? Yeah. What do we do?
Put on there a move out tax.
Well, hello.
I'm serious.
So Miss Nikki's going with a...
If you move out, we tax you on your way out.
Now, Governor Hochul has... She's really already tried to do that. Not sure how that really works.
Yeah, how do you tax somebody when they're leaving?
Well, the thing is, I can't believe that there is any state that requires you to tell you where you're moving to.
Or that you're even leaving.
Is it?
Yeah, right? Or that you're leaving.
Isn't her tax though on businesses? Is it on individuals or is it on businesses? Because I thought that was a business tax.
No, and as a matter of fact, let me correct myself. I don't think it was Hochul that was doing that. It was Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was the one that wanted to do that. And I don't think he ever came up with that. He wanted to keep it for you're paying income tax for at least one full year thereafter, if not more. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, how are you going to do that? How could you legally do that? You go into another state and you get a paycheck from that state, and then California says, "Hey, we're taking part of that."
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, but let me ask you guys, and you guys in the chat, I would like your feedback on this as well. When it comes to a situation like this, let's say that you live in New York City, you're living an okay life. You're making money to get by. You're not getting rich. There are people that are living there that are getting rich. You and I both know that. There's plenty of Wall Street people that are making plenty of money. I get that. That to me is not everybody in New York City. That is not the typical. So if you were living in New York City and you knew that Zoran Mandani was going to be sworn in January, what would you do? Couple things. Would you wait until after he was sworn in? Would you do something now? And if so, what would you do? So Steve, let me start with you. You've been given the option to kind of foresee what's going on. What would you do?
Adios.
You're out of there. Now, would you move out of state or just out of the city?
I'd probably move out of state.
Okay.
More than likely.
Okay.
Probably.
But
because chances are that Mandami's policies are going to probably ink into the state itself or leak
Okay, I see what you're saying.
towards the governorship, and she's going to see some of this stuff and probably go,
That looks good.
I don't.
you know what I mean?
We're going to talk more about those policies in just a minute that he's proposing. Nikki?
I would. Well, I lived in New York State, and we left because it was. And we left. Our daughter is 31, 32 years old, and we left when I was expecting her. And we left because taxes were really high, and we were having a hard time making a living there.
Yeah.
And so Charlie got a job in Florida that was a lot more money, and it was just better economically for us to leave. So when you're talking about New York, we have never even talked about going back there because of the economy in the state of New York. So absolutely leave the state. Now, I will say I'm not sure how much this is going to trickle into the rest of the state, because when you start giving out free stuff in 4 years, your deficit is going to be very large. However, did you know that in the state of New York, you cannot run a deficit more than a certain percentage? They have a constitution that requires the state to be within a balanced budget.
Interesting. I want to get a couple of comments here. Ultra Cocoa Pup, I'd book it out of state. And Ricky Roush, are you saying I'm living on my boat in New York City? Big Cuyuna, stay put, trust the plan. His days are numbered. That's interesting.
What did he say?
Stay put, trust the plan. His days are numbered. These are all interesting things. I do see where Steve is coming from. If it were me, I think I would be looking just to move out of the city initially. But I will also say this: every move is a lot of money. It takes a lot of effort. It's a lot of money and a lot of time and all of that. So yeah, go ahead.
And money.
I don't know if this is the correct time or correct mean to say this, but one of the things is not just the financial plan. And this is something very interesting, is if you hear an economist will tell you that socialist people don't understand finances, and they don't understand the ins and outs of it. So when you tell somebody you're going to give everything free, somebody's got to pay for it. So that's a big problem. But here's another problem, is you need to look about who is surrounding this person. And it's a very strong Muslim, circle. Okay. And if the rumors are true that he was financed by some what we would consider Muslim-backed
That's concerning.
supporters. Yeah, it could be very concerning for the people in the state. So you might want a lot of things free, but if you start seeing...
don't go there yet.
Don't go there?
I do want to get into that in a minute.
Okay.
Jeff, good note there. Hey, at Big Cuyuna, gutsy brother. And I would probably agree with that. And Ricky, I would be interested in knowing if you would be so kind to put this in the chat. Do you truly live on a boat there in the New York City area? I know I'm being a little naive right here asking that question, but here's why I'm asking. Because I want to know if you are paying tax for doing that. And if so, how does it compare to a location within New York City, be it an apartment or otherwise? So if you would be so kind as to put that in there, do appreciate it. Thank you for everybody participating. I do want to get to the next one here because we're going to keep going with Zoran here for just a moment.
On a thing that I saw yesterday in the news, and this was on Fox News, they talked about the different people that were involved in the voting and the interest that they had. The people that were, say, the number of years that they had lived in New York City and what their voting rate was and what the percentage of the vote rate was for Mandani. The people who lived in New York City for, I think it was 6 years or less, were the highest voting block
For him?
Mandani.
So that's interesting. And I'll give you another stat to go with this. And I can't remember if I saw this on Fox News or one of the other ones. New York City had its highest participation in years, like 20, 30 years. And that participation, in my opinion, was still pretty paltry. 2 million people. 1 out of every 10 people
Voted?
voted for Mandani in this election. That's all it took.
Wow.
1 out of every 10. And I just found that to be heartbreaking. And this is why, folks, this is why we preach that you've got to vote in your primaries. I'm telling you, it is so crazy if you do not vote in the primaries. And by the way, do not sit at home and just decide on whatever day, you know what, I think I'll go vote in the primary today. And you haven't studied one person, you haven't studied one issue. That is what we call an uneducated voter.
Yep.
That's wrong. Go study people. It's your city. It's your county. It's your state. Don't be lazy. Get off the couch. Do something productive on your computer.
This is one of the reasons we do what we do, is to try to educate people about voting, about the Constitution, people's freedoms, and these types of things that are available to people, why they should vote in their primaries, their state and local types of voting, why it is all so important, from the lowest voting all the way up. I'm talking school board all the way up to your federal voting. All of it is so important. And it is also important to do your study on everybody.
It absolutely
Understand who it is that you're voting for.
Let me add this.
Very
in here.
No, I need to keep going.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna get way over time here, and I don't want to do that. Ricky, thank you very much. No, I don't live there, but I researched it. New York doesn't have a personal property tax, so indirectly through marina fees, I'd pay. Got it. Okay, that helps me a lot. Thank you very much for helping me understand that. I do want to keep going. We got to keep going. So Ryan, cut number 2, please. Good thoughts there. And look, you cannot live in New York City without understanding who John Gotti is. Hello? Hey, New York City, if you think your boss is stupid, remember, you wouldn't have a job if he was any smarter. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I think a lot of people in New York City should be concerned about is crime. And I don't think the
That's
mafia...
why Gotham City is based off New York City.
Isn't it?
And Chicago.
That's exactly right. A lot of people... That's interesting, Ryan. That's a piece of trivia there. Where
'Cause I'm a
did...
big superhero geek.
I know it. You can tell. Where did the whole Gotham City come from? And that's what Ryan just pointed out there, is based on New York City and actually a little bit of Chicago. But for Zoran to be elected there, one of the things, I'm not going to say that the mafia was eliminated from there. It was not. It got stamped down a little bit. But to me, I think there would be quite a resurgence in that. That's just me. We're going to talk about his, and you know what? Let's do that right now. Let's talk about a little bit of those policies that Zoran has. And let me just start with some economic policies first. So he wants to raise minimum wage by up to $30 per hour by 2030. So I doing a little research. Yeah, I was doing a little research on this. First of all, before we go anywhere into the research, let me say that raising the minimum wage has repercussions. Your friends in Seattle can tell you that, who are ultra liberal, progressive. They had a sucking sound too, and it was their businesses leaving the city, literally. So, and I have not researched to see how bad it is right now. I'm just telling you, raising the minimum wage can have its repercussions. It sounds good on paper, right? Sure. And I think there was a comment that was made in the chat just
That's the kind of money they pay top.
Well, yeah, I'll get into it. Hang with me, Steve. Hang with me.
Man.
So one of the comments that was made, typical socialists live for today, don't worry about tomorrow. And I can't remember who that was that said that. Thank you so much for the comment there, but you're spot on right. That is what it is. Live for today, don't worry about tomorrow. And quite honestly, it's what, 2025. So in 4 years, he wants to raise it to $30. Minimum wage is $7.25. Am I right? $7.25, $7.35, $7.25.
$7.25, I think.
Thank you very much. And it was put into effect in 2009. If you were to raise the wage every year based on inflation, guess where we would be today? $11. Now, you're not going to live on $11 in New York City. You are not. It's not even close. Okay. Well, what is close? I did some research. Their typical average starting wage is $16 an hour. Okay. He wants to double that wage. I'm going to tell you what will happen in New York City if he were to do something like this. And I don't think he will. This is just Palmore opinion. I don't think he will. But if he did that, you will hear a sucking sound and it will be businesses leaving. It won't just be residents. It will be businesses.
Charlie, I remember making $2.75.
I remember that. I remember that.
Minimum wage. And then when it got up to, what was it, $3.25, I was like,
you were excited.
Ooh,
you were excited.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man.
Well,
I thought that was like major money.
Here's where we have the breakdown. Minimum wage has never been for anybody to provide for a family.
Correct.
Minimum wage was for your college students, your high school students,
Right.
your moms that want a part-time job, people who retire and want a part-time job. It was never thought that people making minimum wage would try to actually support themselves or support a
and
family.
That's the issue.
Yes,
exactly.
that is.
Because here's another one of his policies that he wants to do. He wants to implement debt relief.
So, here's the problem is that usually when you come up with these programs, the city that you are mayor of is going to have debt.
Yep.
Excuse me. Ma'am, do you own money on that car? What is it, 20 grand? I tell you what, don't worry about it anymore. We're going to re-raise
Somebody else is.
Don't
And
worry
let me
about
tell
it
you
no
who.
more.
So the sucking sound that we were talking about in the first cut, that's those ultra rich people. Okay, that's the majority of them, and the reason it's already affected the Florida markets and Texas markets already. So they can see that there's already an interest in real estate in Florida and Texas. Now, this is why I brought up the question that I did earlier to Steve about, would you move out of city, out of state? You got a comment there, Steve?
Yeah, here's Montana Cindy that says, I have to pay someone at least $40 an hour to do anything.
Wow.
I believe her.
And that's
Wow.
Montana.
I believe her. I think I come work for you.
Isn't that absurd?
And she'll do good work.
My gosh.
But the thing is, when you look at his policies of what he's proposing, they're preposterous, is what they are. He wants to freeze rent. Okay, that might work for a year.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll work for a year. But let me tell you, when the prices of things keep going up, but the rent prices are stopped, who do you think's going to be moving out? Do you think it's the renters? Oh, no, 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 no. No, it's the owners. They'll just go ahead and cash out and say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So you're losing the parts to the engine that makes the thing go forward. Let's talk about some other policies here. Public transportation advocates for fare-free city buses and improved subways. Okay. First of all, on the fare-free city buses, money's got to come from somewhere. This stuff ain't free. Maybe you do have a place you can do it. Maybe you do. Don't know. I don't think that's wise, but hey, I'm an advocate for pay for what you use.
I agree.
You don't want to do the toll roads? You don't have to do the toll roads.
Right.
You can, as long as there's a way to get there for free, that's okay. But if you do want to, great. But if you're living in the city and you need to drive, you have to. Why do I have to pay for my friend working next to my cube to ride the bus? Why? Why do I have to pay for my friend working next to me in the cube next to me? Why do I have to pay for their subway? No.
Let me say something about the free subway that I heard a commentary on was the fear of having a free transportation. And don't get this the wrong way, because not every homeless person is dangerous. But if you're homeless and you can ride a bus for free and stay on that bus all day long and stay warm, that's a pretty good plan.
What a neat place to live.
Yes. And so the concern was, would the homeless take over the bus line because it's free transportation and they can get on there? They're going to have heat, but also, are they going to be dangerous for the other people riding the bus? Now, I didn't come up with that. I heard somebody say that from who lives in the New York City area.
Meru 9, I believe, and you'll forgive me because I don't have the right reading glasses on for this, but I'm seeing here, what if they won't give them a fair deal on the sale of their house or take it by eminent domain for the illegals? They follow no law. Yeah, you're right. That's legit question. That's legit. So, yeah, Zoran Mandani is not somebody that I would be very excited to see in the mayor's office. I think there's some danger. Let me keep moving, Steve. I got to keep moving.
Sure.
It really is not good. I think it's a very bad thing for New York City. And I echo Steve's sentiment. My concern would be, how much does this spread around, not just in New York State? How much does it spread to New Jersey? How much does it spread to Connecticut? How much does it spread to Pennsylvania? I think those are all legitimate questions. Let's go to the next cut there, Ryan. Babylon B. What a great meme here. Gavin Newsom has been dethroned. Mamdani dethrones Gavin Newsom as U-Haul's top salesman. Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Yep. The golden salesman. I love that one. I love that one.
Hilarious.
This one hurts. Man. This one hurts. Oh, cut number 4, Ryan.
That's hilarious.
I ached about this one. Townhall.com. By the way, there are some really good political cartoons. I'll leave it right there for a moment, Ryan. There are some really good political cartoons that you can find on townhall.com. This is one of the good ones there. The Statue of Liberty trying to hike to Florida. Nope, not New York City, just Liberty. Yeah. Boy, doesn't that really say everything?
It's pretty hilarious.
It just says everything right there. And I think if I were in New York City, one of the things I would be fearing is liberty. Now, I don't say that, guys, absentmindedly. I don't say that on emotion. Okay? Hear me out, please. I see that as a pattern. You go to Michigan, the state of Michigan, you want to walk in Dearborn? I don't think so. I don't think so. You'd want to be very careful up there. Why? Because you have a lot of Muslim control. Mamdani is a very interesting character because he actually is advocating for an LGBTQIA plus advocates committee or group to cater to the LGBTQ. That's not typical Muslim. And there was another political cartoon that actually showed Mamdani putting on a sheepskin over his wolf outfit. You have to wonder. You have to wonder. I'm just skeptical that this reverses. I'm not sure that it does. And there's a lot of us that are on here today that might have the sentiment, well, you voted for it, you enjoy it. That's the problem. The people voting for this, if they don't like it, they're leaving. And what does that leave the people back in that city? Not much. California is a great example of this, by the way. It really is. There's a lot of people that have left California. They're going to lose seats. I can't wait. They should not have 50 plus seats. I don't know how they have 50.
Well, they probably
plus
have
seats.
more now because they just passed that.
No, they have more Democrat allocated seats. They don't have more seats. They're going to lose them because they've been losing population.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the thing there.
Here's a thought.
Yep.
You know, let's think this. After Mandani's been in office for, let's say, a year, okay? What do you think's going to be going on in New York City? I think in about a year, it's going to start looking like a third world country.
I think it's going to be worse than before Giuliani, which that was pretty seriously bad.
Yes.
It was seriously bad.
I think it'll start looking like a third world country.
And
I
it
think
could.
you'll start seeing shops on the street, stuff like what goes on in third world countries,
Well,
dude.
I wonder
really
if it
do.
will turn to look like Los Angeles did this last year.
So I'm also curious to see, because he says all this stuff, but I read where all the stuff that he wants to do, he can't do on his own. He can't do it without the governor supporting him as far as the taxes go. And she already made it clear she's not raising taxes. And some of the other things that he wants to do, he has to establish this and he has to establish that. And they have a constitution about a constitutional amendment that they put in there about having a balanced budget. So he has a lot of plans, but I'm waiting to see how he's going to go forward with those plans. But the first thing I'm looking for is who he's going to put in positions.
Yes.
What people does he put in positions? Because he can do things like that. I think that's the first thing to look for.
Well, I'm going to tell you what the first thing is that I'm looking for. No joke. This is probably the critical thing that I'm looking for. He has not been sworn in yet. I want to see if he literally will swear into office.
Why?
Because he's against the U.S. Constitution.
Right. What's he going to swear? Yeah.
That is going to be an interesting
That
moment.
will be.
We'll see where that goes. Okay, Ryan, let's head to the next cut. We're going to get into a different flavor of memes here. How about some Christian memes, shall we? Oh, this is a funny one. Yeah. This is Jesus preaching on the hillside. Who is my neighbor? Love your neighbor as yourself. It's whoever you were hoping I wouldn't say. Ouch. Yeah. That's one of those, I wished I hadn't asked that question, right? And listen, guys, it's incumbent upon us as Christians to love our neighbors as ourselves. Sometimes that's not easy. Sometimes that means we're putting up with stuff. Sometimes that's putting up with stuff that we don't want to put up with.
Oh, you're
It
not
just
kidding.
is. It is. I've often said that Christian ministry, Christian work is dirty work. And it is. But it's rewarding. It's fulfilling. It is. And when we look at the life that Christ lived, the sacrifice that he made in his life, it's tremendous. I really appreciated our pastor's message today in First Baptist Church. And boy, he went through a list of firsts that were like, oh, nuts. Do we really want to be first? And then he countered that with, here's the areas where we need to be first in. And that was a tremendously convicting message. Really,
You know what I had really enjoyed was the mission trip that I went with you on, that you were in charge of when we went to Montana that time.
That was fun.
That
And let me say this.
such a fabulous trip.
It was. I say fun because it was an opportunity to meet some different people, but it was an opportunity to help some people that really needed it.
You're not kidding.
No doubt about it.
Yes.
And I know that even around here, I mean, we traveled a little ways to do that, but even around here, there's people that are in need. And
Yes.
we have things that we do around here as well. And you're right, Steve, that was a really good trip. Ryan, this was a good one that you picked out. Oh boy. I'm going to give everybody a moment to read that. And let me read it for you if you can't. At this point, Jesus doesn't need to take the wheel. He needs to pull over and spank some of y'all with his flip-flop. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure I need to even comment on that. What's that?
I said that spanking could happen in a couple of places.
Yeah, I would agree.
In the head and in where
Yep.
spanking belongs.
I love the flip-flop part though.
Yeah, I know.
That was
That's
good.
great.
Anybody ever been spanked with a flip-flop?
Your children have.
No, just a belt.
Just about. Okay. All right.
I've been hit with one.
Maroon 9, that is wonderful. You've got wonderful neighbors. That is excellent. Most excellent. Glad to see that. Let me see here. Just trying to look through these comments here real quick. I do appreciate you folks chiming in and everything. Let's go to that next cut there, Ryan, if we could. This is on Johnny This is Johnny Explains. I think, Ryan, this was on Instagram. Was that right? Yeah, this was an Instagram. People, how much faith do you have in the human race? Me? I look both ways on a one-way street. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yep.
Hey, folks, can I just tell you, our faith should not be in our fellow man. And that,
Or in the government.
Or in, oh, Lord, no. We're not going to have faith in government. We don't
God,
like a lot of God.
not in
There you
government.
go. The Lord Jesus Christ, him
Amen on
crucified
that.
and risen again. That's where you want your faith. That's where you want
I
it.
think you want to manage your expectations. You know, you need to love your neighbor as yourself, but I think you need to manage those expectations. Sometimes we think that when we say we love somebody, that we agree with everything that they do, that
Oh, good
we're
point.
in agreement on everything, and we're not. We're not. Doesn't mean, I might have a family member that has a drug problem. Well, I still love my family member, but I really do not have approval for using drugs. So I keep my expectations managed.
Expectation.
Yeah. That thing.
No, that's good. And I think that's really
Love
well
does not
said.
equal approval.
Oh, amen, Ryan. Amen. Say it again.
Love does not equal approval.
Boy, that's well stated.
Boy, thank you. on
Well
that,
stated. No, it does not.
And it's
exactly
stronger.
right.
It's a stronger love because if, I knew with my dad, I could do anything and my dad would still love me. He wouldn't approve, but I always was very comfortable in my dad's love for me. I could commit first-degree murder and my dad would not approve of that, but my dad would never turn his back on me either. I would have to go to jail and pay the price and all that stuff. He would require that. But I knew he would love me no matter what.
Montana Cindy, I see you there. I look both ways no matter. Yeah, you know what? Truth be told, on a one-way street, I am guilty I do look both ways. No joke. It's just I don't know. I don't know if it's habit or what, but I do.
I come up to a street, I look both ways. It doesn't matter if it's one way.
Simmons
whatever.
too.
You know.
You are spot on. Thank you very much for teaching your grandkids to do that. I do the same, and you should.
Yes.
And you should. Yep. That's exactly right. Let's keep going here. I love this next one. Yeah. Now that the government is shut down, I'm going to steal the middle class and SNAP benefits.
I guess
I loved the why did that just fly right over my head? It just literally
it's called age.
national treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sorry. Stop that.
I don't get the joke. Sorry. I don't. How do you steal the middle class?
So, and
Nicolas Cage played what?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Folks,
Yeah.
the age thing is finally set into Nikki. Now it's kind of going over her head. So
Yeah. I was just thinking, okay.
She hit 60.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
He didn't say it. I
and
know.
for
did.
those who do not get the joke, Nicolas Cage starred in a movie called National Treasure where he stole the Declaration of Independence.
And now he's going to steal the middle class and SNAP benefits.
Yes.
Boy, and haven't we seen a lot of the commotion on YouTube about people getting their SNAP benefits? They're gonna get them. It doesn't matter if they get something in paper or on a card. They'll just go into Walmart and I'm going to take my stuff.
Or I'm going to steal them from people in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Do you know
I'm going to get them.
You might want to reconsider that in Texas.
Yeah. Don't do
Right.
that.
I would not do that in Texas.
I wouldn't do that.
That's a good way to find yourself 6 feet underground.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that flippantly. This is culture thing. This is a culture thing. Texas is Texas proud. What you have, you keep because it's yours. That's kind of the culture of this place. Nobody else has a right to it. You have a right to defend it. You go into other places, I shouldn't talk about Zoran Mandani's New York City or New York State. I shouldn't talk about that because there, you shoot somebody, you better have a doggone good reason. Like they had the gun up to your head and they were half pulled. That's the only time you get to defend there.
Even hardly even during that time, they think you still
You have to wait.
retreat.
Yeah. So look, if you think you're going to get your SNAP benefits one way or another in the state of Texas, that might come with a high price though, one that you don't want to pay. So don't do it in Texas.
And if you're in Texas and you got a kid with you, it's even worse
Oh,
for
my.
that other person.
Yep.
Because, man, I tell you what, if you got a child with you and somebody comes to try to steal something from you, man.
Yeah. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. So, yep, that's pretty wild. Hey, can we have some fun with Miss Nancy? Can we? Please? Let's do
Yes,
it.
Let's
Go
do
ahead,
that.
Ryan.
I've been waiting for some Nancy stuff.
I officially announced my retirement. Excellent. You've been no good for America and you are evil. Don't let the door hit you on the backside or on the way out. Amen. Woo-hoo. Amen. Amen. Woo-hoo. I have to tell
About
you, folks, I almost told Nikki we were going to celebrate with a huge dinner. I mean, I was ready to take her out at Ruth's Chris. I'm telling you, I was excited.
Boy, so was
Now,
I.
I'm going to say a few more things here that may not be so popular. There's a few women in American politics that are, in my opinion, and I don't say this lightly, and I need to be careful here because I can get wrapped up in this pretty fast. There's a few women that are absolutely evil. I mean, evil. Hillary Clinton probably stands at the top of the list. At the top.
Mm-hmm.
The sister is Nancy Pelosi. This woman is awful. Now, we're going to talk plenty about her in just a moment. I think she is one of the most arrogant people that you could probably ever meet. And she likes to hide behind her Catholicism. No thanks, Nancy. No thanks. You don't care about people. You definitely don't care about Christians. You don't care about people in general, though, period. The only people that you're looking to look out for is you. You're evil. That's what you are.
Did you read one of the comments that she made about?
Oh no! Don't go there. Don't go there. We're gonna hit that in a moment. We are gonna hit that in a moment. I promise you. Yeah. That
Yeah.
Simmons too. That was not nice. That was actually Simmons too. I might disagree with you there. I don't think she's dumb. I don't.
I don't think.
I think she is probably one of the brightest people to ever have hit Capitol Hill. I really believe that.
I think she's a sharp gal,
which is another reason
Really
why I
is.
think she's really evil.
And dangerous.
She's
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous. She has looked for ways to get past things.
Yeah.
Who will ever forget that day that she stood at the speaker's lectern there? No.
Nope,
We're
not
going to
that
talk
one.
about that in a moment.
Oh, okay.
We must pass the bill to see what's in the
that
bill.
bill.
Well, that's why
Yes.
he called her dumb.
Oh my God.
I just yeah. Oh man.
Oh, here's
I just
one. The cake lady. Nancy comes from a mafia family.
Yeah, well, there you
That
go.
wouldn't surprise me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't argue that. I don't. Anyway, next cut, Ryan, before I just lose it here. So this I thought was funny. Wall Street has been so generous to me. I think retirement looks good on me. Don't you? Okay.
What was
Yeah.
it? $130 million? that
Yes.
she
Yes.
increased?
Get a load of this, darling.
Yeah.
The percentage, folks, the percentage over the S&P 500. You're not going to believe this.
I know.
16,000 plus percent. I have no idea why the SEC has not investigated her. I have no idea why the Department of Justice has not investigated her. Oh, and I know. You can put this in the comments. I totally agree with you. Yes, all of them do it. Well, I won't say all of them, but there's a large number. There's a large number. And I totally agree with the point that no purpose serving at Capitol Hill or at the White House or at the Department of Justice, none of them should be allowed to do trading. None of them.
Well, they're trying to.
Nor their families.
Yeah.
Nor their
Agreed.
families.
Agreed.
You want to earn money, get your tail out on the speaking circuit, and you do that. That's the way you can make. You want to earn money? Go ahead and write your book. But making it illegally because of information that you know before every other American knows it? No.
Insider
No.
trading.
That's what it's
is-
called. Insider trading.
Is the worst crime. Well, I shouldn't say worst crime, but one of the worst things that our
White
people
collar.
in Congress
Yeah.
could possibly
Yes.
do
Now,
against the people of America.
I agree.
It is a
I agree with
horrible
that.
crime.
I think we should have term limits that will prevent that. That's number one. Congress and the Senate cannot trade when they're serving the country. That's number two. Number three, you don't get paid if the government shuts down. And if I do like this, I heard this last night, and I think it was not Bezos, but who's the other guy? Soros. He said, if you pass a law that says if Congress passes a budget that is not a balanced budget, they are no longer allowed to be reelected to Congress. He said, you will have no problems after that.
Yep.
Make it a constitutional amendment that you have to pass a balanced budget. If you do not, then you become eliminated from the next election.
Rock and roll. I totally agree with your statement there. She had to tear it in order to rip it, which means it was premeditated. Yep. you're spot on. She planned on doing that before she even got a copy of it. I totally agree. It's sad. It's really sad. No respect for anybody in the White House, and especially Donald Trump. She loathes him, and I'm sure that Donald Trump doesn't really have very strong feelings for her, to be sure. But nonetheless, I am excited. I am excited that Nancy Pelosi is gone. And I'll tell you who else I think is really excited. Anybody want to guess?
Trump.
No.
Oh.
AOC.
Oh,
Gosh,
yes, I
yeah,
believe
I bet.
believe you're right.
I think she actually did go celebrate. I think she probably went out on the town and had a big night of partying. That's my gut. That's my gut.
Got fallen down drunk.
But I think real quick, we got to keep moving. But I think Hakeem Jeffries, if the House is taken back in next year, I'm not convinced it will be. Maybe, but I'm not convinced. If it is, I very much believe AOC will be your next speaker. That's just me, Pomeroy opinion. But Hakeem Jeffries is one of the weakest leaders of the Democrat Party that I have seen in a very, very long time. And guys, I'm 60 plus.
And you know what's so sad is AOC is such an
Oh, she's another
idiot.
Yeah, she's got a lot of. All right, I'm not gonna. I can't.
She's a bartender, man,
Yeah.
and a lot of bartenders. I was a restaurant manager and did some bartending for a short period of time, and everyone I ever met was.
I hear you. I hear you.
I mean,
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. You know, all right, we need to get into some happier stuff. So Ryan's going to throw up cut number 11. 11. This is on Pinterest. What are you thankful for? Vegetarians. I love it. I love it. Yep.
Yeah.
Is there anybody listening? Are you a vegetarian? What do you eat for Thanksgiving? I have to ask that. That's an interesting question. And not everybody. I don't think everybody eats turkey. I think there's some families out there that
do ham.
They do other stuff because they can't necessarily do turkey meat. But I would be interested in knowing what some of you all have for
interesting is one of those
Thanksgiving.
Is a tame turkey, and one of them's a wild turkey.
Yeah. Yep.
Farm raised, and one's
Yeah,
probably a wild turkey.
I was at our famous store in the state of Texas the other day. Oh, darling, turkeys were 87 cents a pound.
Well,
I almost bought one.
Well, when you get closer to Thanksgiving, they go down.
HEB.
They go down in price when you get
The
closer
Texas
to Thanksgiving.
All right, life switch. You do turkey. Okay. Who else there? Summy.
Tofu.
Was that? Am I reading that right? Montana. No, it wasn't Montana. Yeah, it was. Lentil
turkey.
loaves. Whoa. That's interesting.
Lentil loaves.
All right. Never had that before. We'll need Montana Cindy to fix us some lentil loaves. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Ryan.
Lentils,
how about the next one there? Okay. This is Giggle Palooza on Pinterest. Wait your turn, fat boy. Okay, this has to be Rachel's over here, and she's
for all those fiends out there who listen to Christmas music before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You had to get it in, didn't you? You had to get your dig in. Yes.
So
this is a hot topic around our group right now. Can we do Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
No.
And Ryan, now, folks.
No.
Be very careful with your comments because he has been known to reach through the chat and grab people by the scruff of the neck. I mean, he can get pretty violent with this. He is adamantly opposed to any Christmas music before Thanksgiving.
And I sent him some dad jokes, some Christmas dad jokes.
They were funny, Mr. Steve.
Oh,
but not
heavens
before-
declare. Heavens declare. No, you do not. You do not do PB&J on Thanksgiving Day, do you?
Oh no! Come
on.
Come on!
You got to get fancy with it. You've got to at least grill it, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Toast it.
A
Toast
grilled
it.
PB&J.
A toasted PB&J is pretty good.
Patriot Nana, turkey, ham, and ravioli. Now that's different. That is different. Wow. Ooh. Montana Cindy is going, I'm cooking turkey for 94-year-old mom. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. That is wonderful. Wonderful. And by the way, you do not want to miss next week's pre-Thanksgiving episode. It's going to be a fun one. I've got some stuff planned for that. You do not want to miss that. And so just make sure you tune in. But that's a good one.
Here's
White
Michael
Castle
J.
Burgers? Whoa, Michael.
J's kicking in. Look, White Castle.
White Castle Burgers.
Come on, Michael.
Whoa.
I don't even know what a White Castle burger
Well,
is.
now, Michael, you've
now
just given Nikki something to do during the week.
Yep.
All right. All right, Ryan, let's get to that next cut. I am proposing we skip Thanksgiving and go directly to Christmas. Oh, ouch. Do we have any of those in the building? Any of those?
No.
No, a lot of people like their Thanksgiving. I do. I like my Thanksgiving. Now, Tom the turkey would probably like to skip it. And understood.
I had one time for Thanksgiving, I had a bunch of ducks, wood ducks
Whoa.
in the freezer, and I baked a bunch of wood ducks in the oven and some stuffed deer heart.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
cooked it
Did you say
for-
stuffed deer heart?
Yes.
What are we stuffing it with?
I stuffed it with just some regular stuffing.
Oh, it
regular
was
stuffing,
regular stuff. Okay. Okay.
Regular stuffing.
Okay. That's
And-
very good.
Baked them all and had the I had, let's see, 4 wood ducks that I baked and used giblets and stuff, you
Yep.
know, and all that. Baked them up. Oh man, that was probably one of the best. This was back when my kids were in elementary school, and they're like 40 now. So you can
That's
figure
great.
how long that was ago.
I love the comment, Dynamax. That is hilarious. I'll get the $1.09 Stouffer's frozen TV turkey dinner.
Oh.
That saves money. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. And isn't it true? Thanksgiving can be expensive.
Yes, we have a
big family.
big family, and
Everybody has to bring their dish.
yeah, we're gonna have about close to 20 people at the house.
And if
for
we had our Missouri family down here, it would be 24. 20. We're up to about 25, 26.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
14 grandchildren and
Yep. And then
5
the rest
kids
of
that are
us.
married, and so there's 24 there alone, and so, and then
26. It'd be 26.
well,
No, it would.
Right.
14 grandkids.
one of our granddaughters is very ill, so that family,
And would appreciate you praying for her.
yes,
She is suffering from CRPS at the moment.
Oh.
And hoping that she can get some treatment soon. For those of you that don't know what CRPS is, it's a very, very painful condition, constant pain. And it has to do with your nervous system, your nerves. So would appreciate you praying for her. Would be very grateful for that. But Big Cuyuna, I hear you. I hear you. It'd be I'd want to know how many people you're talking about for your dinner for $300. I know for us, so maybe you were saying that for us, and I get that now. By the time you add in the turkey, the potatoes, the side dishes and everything, it would definitely add up.
yeah, everybody brings
Everybody
things.
brings a big dish.
So there's
They
going to
do.
be 2 turkeys, and then I make 3 apple pies, and then I do the potatoes, the stuffing, and the corn, And then the other girls, they'll bring in like a sweet potato casserole,
which is really good.
Everybody
Green
has
bean casserole.
Yeah, everybody has their thing that they rolls.
Oh yeah.
And then you know, so we go out, and then there'll be other pies and things like that. So
what time does that start?
Yeah.
I like Michael J's idea though. Progressive dinners is the best. House to house. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And amen. I could definitely.
You know, we did that one
agree
time
with
in the
that.
youth group, and I'm sorry, Michael J. It was horrible because it was spaghetti. So you went to one house and you had the noodles, and then you went to the other house and had the sauce.
Oh, that's gross. That is gross. No.
terrible.
No.
And the meatballs at the third. And to me, it was like, this is ridiculous.
Ryan, we got to keep moving. Next cut, please. Okay, back to a little bit of the politic stuff. This is emphasizing the fight within the Democratic Party. You're a traditional Democrat, we've got to move toward the center. And your progressives, no, we don't, you fool. Zoran just won. And, you know, there's a lot of people talking about this in terms of where does the Democrat Party go? They think that as a result of the weens, they think as the result of the weens that they had this last week, that they are in great shape for next year. Folks, let me say this. First of all, the wins were in solidly blue areas. They were looking at Virginia. I thought the Virginia race was a little disappointing to me. I thought that Winsome Sears would do a little bit better, but I also will say this: Winsome Sears is not your most articulate politician. I love her strength and everything, and I think she was a great lieutenant governor up there, if you will. But I'm not sure she would have been a very good governor. That's just me. I would have much rather had her, because I don't think that Abigail Spanberger is anything like a traditional Democrat. She is not. She is very progressive, and Virginia's going to pay for that. They will pay for that. I thought that New Jersey would have been a little bit better, but Chitterelli, that's a tough state to win in. I don't care who you're running against.
How much
It's
did
a
he lose?
blue state.
What did he lose by?
10 points, 10 plus.
So let's also keep in mind, now I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, but also keep in mind, this is an off year. More people turn out for a presidential election than they do on off years. And they said, 14% of the people turned out for voting? Was that in Virginia?
I'm not sure.
Percentage was low. The Republicans did not turn out for the vote in Virginia like they did for the presidential election. I know in Texas, only 14% of the vote turned out this year. And we weren't even electing a mayor or governor or anything like that. But it is an off year. And these off years make it really easier for these controversial politicians to get in, because they know that people are not going to participate like they normally do. So that is something to keep in mind. And I'm going to tell you something. This is really disappointing for Republicans, because you come out and you say you want change, and then you sit back, and then you let things get bad again. And then you come out and you say you want change. You know, be consistent, be responsible.
Yeah. And I will say, formerly W.W. Corrigan, you're right. I think a good place for the Dem Party is Venezuela.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think they're going to have Venezuela in the U.S. if they're not careful. That's what they're trying for. And it's all planned. It really is. This is just nothing short of Marxist ideology being pushed very hard in the U.S. And we, as people that believe in an open society, we that believe in part of a democracy, I should say a republic that is free to vote, that believes in liberty, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We need to fight for that. We need to fight for that. It's not the guarantee that it will be perfect. It's not the guarantee that you're going to have happiness all the days. It's the ability to pursue it. And there's a lot of people around the world, even today, with the difficulties in America. They would love to be here rather than where they're at. We should really take stock of that and think about the importance of fighting for it. So, yeah, appreciate the comment there. Formerly W.W. Corrigan. All right, Ryan, let's get to the next one if we could. What? The government shutdown is hurting you? Cry me a river, build me a bridge, and get over it. You're working for free while you build the bridge too. That's your Democrat. One of the weakest senators, leading senators that I've seen. He used to be something. He's not something anymore. And I'll tell you why. He definitely is catering to he's working in fear right now. He is extremely nervous that AOC will run for his position. And I would say this, the only way that AOC does not become Speaker of the House the next time that they get in the majority again is if she is a senator. That would be the only way, because that's where they want to go. And there is a big time fight that is happening within the Democratic Party. And there's going to come there's a day of reckoning coming for the Democrats. The traditional Democrat is going to have to make a choice of what side they're going to be on. There's a lot of people, a lot of citizens in the U.S. that have been traditional Democrats for many years, and they are jumping ship. It's still happening today, well after Donald Trump has been elected.
My understanding is it's in the millions that have left the Democratic
There's
Party.
a lot.
I don't know. That's what I heard. So I didn't check that out to verify it, so I can't back it up. However, I think if you get more leaders like AOC, there are people like Fetterman and others that can't go down that road. And the Democratic Party might split.
Boy,
That
if
could
there
be
was a
problem.
leader of the Democratic Party, especially on the traditional sense, can we not say it was John Fetterman?
Well, he just speaks his mind. He's a Democrat.
Well, yeah, but he's sensible. But I'll also say this, and I want to be really clear on this. When John Fetterman was elected, I said he should not have been allowed to run. Not because he couldn't get healed up and run later. I was okay with that. But I didn't think it was right for him to run and be elected then, because he wasn't going to be able to serve well as a senator during that time. And guess what? I was proven right on that. He had some major difficulties in those first 2-3 years. Now he's done a lot better since then, and I'm thankful for it. I know that when you suffer from a stroke, you can recover enough. It takes time, but you can. And I had no problem with him being able to do that. But I didn't think it was right for him to continue running in the state of Pennsylvania there. But I will say, of all the Democrats right now, there's not too many sounding as sensible as him. And
But you're hearing this is why I think if AOC and them go down the road where she takes over the leadership position, you've already had Democrats come out. The Washington Post, newspapers that are usually favor the Democrats have come out and said, you need to stop the shutdown. And they're calling it the Schumer shutdown. And I don't think that's going to lose its name, the Schumer shutdown. So you have people who are not supporting this. And I think that AOC and them go too far for some people. However, if you're addicted to power, you might just follow whoever the leader is.
yeah. Ryan, we're not going to get all the cuts in here today, but I want you to go to cut 47 if you would, please. Cut 47. And our wonderful Supreme Court, they're kind of getting overwhelmed. Oh, did I say 47?
You did.
I am sorry. 17.
Okay.
I'm so glad you did not put 47 up there.
I'm glad you looked at
because we are going to really,
He looked at Charlie cross-eyed like,
maybe I need to recover a little bit. Holy cow. I can't believe I did. That's twice today I've done that. Rachel's over there smirking, going, yeah, I know what he's talking about. Oh, this is funny. Come on.
See?
Yeah, the emergency docket is pretty wild right now for the U.S. Supreme Court. And was this not one of the most hilarious episodes of I Love Lucy?
Oh, I love
Oh, it
Lucy.
was
This
not?
great.
Was it not?
I tell you what, I coming home from school, one of the things I always looked forward to was sitting down and watching I Love Lucy.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Man, it was
No doubt.
hilarious.
You can
No
always
doubt.
you can always laugh your head off at one
And
of
you
those
know
shows.
something? Not one foul word.
That's
No.
so funny.
No.
It was just hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Ryan, let's do this. Let's go to cut number 18. And guys, I mean, I did this slide too soon because if I'm not mistaken, there's been 15 votes. They were contemplating 16 today, but when Democrats show that 14 votes is not enough, oh man, I just want to grab some people. By the way, I believe that Bernie Moreno has single-handedly changed the attitude of who's to blame for this. Single-handedly. I had to vet this out, and I did. I vetted this out. Schumer was on the floor, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, and he was wanting to push his thing about what could be done. And boy, can I get it up? I'm going to try to get it up. Give me just a moment here, folks. But he was on the floor speaking. Bernie Moreno just torches him. I mean, torches him on the issue of what this shutdown is all about. And it just flustered Schumer so bad that he walked away from the podium. Yes. And what did Bernie Moreno do? He proved that this thing is not about health care. This thing is about the Affordable Care Act as a whole. That's what it's about. And I totally agree with that. And I can't find that article right now. Oh,
I know the article. You remember? I
yes.
remember
Give me just one more moment, guys. Because here it is. Cut number 23, Ryan. I did put it in here. This is an excellent one. And I want to read this to you because this was tremendous what he did. This is a question that came from Moreno to Schumer, and this is Schumer's response. We can't give you a counter in writing, but it's very simple, Schumer said, because we have two sentences we would add to any proposal which would extend the ACA benefits for 1 year. Moreno exposed that the Affordable Care Act imposed no income caps, meaning people who make millions of dollars a year can obtain taxpayer-subsidized health care.
What?
It does still have no income caps. So people who make $1, $2, $3 million a year, Moreno said before Schumer interrupted him. If you want to catch that article, it was right there on that screen. You can catch the follow-up in our podcast episodes on YouTube or Rumble. Again, thank you for all the thousands of downloads. But
That's kind of messed up, dude.
But this is we must pass the bill to see what's in the bill. Yes.
That's a typical Pelosi type Democrat.
And that is exactly why she did that, because the whole purpose was to ram this through without giving the congressional people the opportunity to read it. She knew that there were Democrats that would not want this. She knew it. And she pushed it. That's why she's evil, folks. She is plumb evil. Sorry. I just can't get around that. Okay, boy, I feel better there.
Man.
There's so many good memes here. And I let's throw one more up. Cut number 22, Ryan. I'm sorry to take you all over.
Subsidize
Yep.
healthcare, making millions of dollars.
I couldn't help but put this in there. I couldn't help it. Those you know, I am here for you, America. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I appreciated what he did with Twitter. Thank you, Elon. Thank you. I appreciated what he did for Doge. Look, you don't have to agree about everything that he did, and there are things that we could disagree on. What I can tell you this, and there's plenty I disagree with Elon on. Believe me, there is. But one of the things that I do appreciate about him is that I believe, just like Trump, he really wants to see America succeed. He really does, and I'm not going to look past that. That's a good thing. It's okay. We all have our differences. So I don't fault Elon for being who he is. I'm not going to cast a condemning finger at him at all. There's things I don't agree with, and maybe in another episode we can get into that. But Elon is about America. He wants to see America do well and succeed. And he is putting forth every bit of effort to do that.
You know, Charlie, when America succeeds, the businesses in America overall succeed.
They should. Absolutely. I would totally agree with that. Well, I think it is time to get into Nikki Knows Facts.
Oh,
I think it is. So, Ryan, if you could get us up to cut number 24, that would be great. And Nikki Knows Facts, the strange world of phobias.
Oh,
Phobias. Now, again, before we go any further, I want to just put out a warning here for any of you that have a phobia. We're not here making light of it, number one. Number two, if you are nervous about this segment, we understand. And if you have to put the computer away for just a little bit, give us about 20 minutes and we should be done. I totally understand. I just want to give fair warning. I don't want to cause any anxiety to people.
being a politically incorrect person, I'm liable to make fun of some of these phobias.
Okay.
So I'm just giving a fair warning there,
I
so.
get it. I get it. My gut tells me, I doubt there's probably one on here that would affect anybody that's watching today. Now, I could be wrong. So I've given my warning. Okay, but I think we'll have an interesting look at some of these. All right, so Ryan, number one. All right, my darling, I can't wait to hear you say this one.
I'm not going to trypophobia.
Trypophobia. Yeah.
Okay, people with this fear can't stand the sight of things like honeycombs, seed pods, or even certain skin patterns. It can cause itching, nausea, or panic.
Oh my goodness.
I've never, these things I've never heard of.
The heck is that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So what you're going to find
to getting stung by a wasp.
Yeah, but you don't have a fear of the honeycomb.
I don't have a fear of them.
Right.
I'll just
But you know what I want to know?
swat them and kill
So
them.
let me give you guys something here, because I think this is where Nick is going to go with her question. A lot of these phobias are triggered from events in a childhood.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
It's a lot of psychological.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it psychological warfare.
Something about that shape or pattern triggers a memory.
Yes.
And
But
brings
see,
on the fear.
When I was a kid, I got stung big time by lots of wasps and bees, but that was because I messed with them all the
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, and always tearing down wasp nests and
You know,
all
it's
that
funny
kind of
because I
stuff,
was talking. Did I say this on here? My granddaughter loves reptiles. And
Yeah.
she was talking to me, and she's going to be 11 a week after my birthday. Anyway, she was talking to me about snakes, and I said, "Darling, how can you like snakes? That's awful." And she goes, "But Mimi, they have such interesting patterns." And I thought, wow, she really looks at these things differently than I do.
Yeah. And I would say that if you know how to deal with snakes, you don't have to fear them.
no.
I definitely don't advocate having a venomous snake in your home. I don't advocate for that.
Well, majority of snakes
Or a boa
are
constrictor.
non-venomous anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
All right. Time to
On
get
to
to the
the
next
next
one. Cut number 26, Ryan.
Oh,
Turophobia.
the fear of cheese.
What? What?
Some people can't even look or smell it without anxiety. It's believed to develop from a bad experience in childhood. It
Okay.
would have to be.
Here's what I want to know. What cheese is just nauseating to you? I need to know. What cheese is absolutely nauseating to you?
Oh,
None.
no, there is one that stinks real bad. Honey, what is it called? Your dad liked it, didn't he?
Limburger.
Limburger cheese.
Yep. I eat it all.
Really?
Yep.
I love cheese. I do love cheese.
I've eaten Limburger, blue cheese. I eat it all.
Limburger is there anybody that has tried Limburger cheese out there?
Yes.
That is the absolute grossest.
Smelling.
I mean, it's rotted stuff. I mean, rotted to, yeah.
I've eaten it. Yeah.
If you need to get rid of your date, eat some Limburger cheese.
Oh,
and
no,
then try
Win
to-
Big. Okay, now Win Big. Win Big just commented, all cheese. Now, Win Big, are you talking you like all cheese or you think all cheese is bad? That's what I need to know. I need to know that. No, Amex Murder? No way. You love Limburger cheese?
See there?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank you. So do I. Very good cheese. Yes.
Just go outside and
Thank
eat
you.
it.
Wow. Mo Larry cheese. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, my goodness. That's funny. All right, Ryan. Next cut, please, if we could. I'm not sure how to say this. Anatidaphobia.
Anatidate. Yeah.
Fear
The fear
that
that the duck is watching you. Listen to this. Go ahead and read that, Nikki.
the one originated as a joke in the Gary Larson Far Side comic, but some people have actually reported real anxiety about being watched by animals.
And this is a truth. I looked at this and I'm like, no way. And yeah, way.
You know what I do about that?
Boom.
Shoot them.
Yep.
You're done.
And then eat them.
Yep. Yep.
But you know what? If you've had a bad experience with an animal as a child, you know how an animal stares at you. Let's say we were raised in a farming community with bulls and things like that.
And let me tell you,
yeah,
bulls will look at you.
yeah.
Bulls
yeah.
absolutely will look at you.
Or dogs, or something.
Yep,
like that.
dogs
But
will. No, a bull absolutely will. As a matter of fact, it's interesting you bring up the dog thing. I was reading an article, a post in one of our local social media things, and there was this one person who works at a wildlife protection area, if you will. And they had 3 dogs had a bobcat that was treed. Chased the dogs off. Walks back to her house, and the dogs stalked her. They followed.
Wow.
And she
Those
had
are
her
wild
gun.
dogs? Was those wild dogs? They had to
No.
be.
Oh, no. No.
Oh,
she
the
knows who
white-
they belong to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there were people saying should have dropped the dogs. And I agree.
When
I would have gone ahead and dropped them and buried them and gone and told the owner, you can find them over there.
That's right. That's what I'd have done too. Winbig says, don't like all cheese.
Don't
like
like
all-
all. Okay. That cleared that up for me. I'm starting to like a little more cheese, but not a lot. Just not a lot. But yeah. All right. Next cut, Mr. Ryan.
Moving on.
Could.
And Jeff Wincombe says he doesn't like foot cheese.
Oh, Jeff.
Right on.
Oh, Jeff. Yeah. Hey, how about
neither.
how about the next phobia here? Ablutophobia.
Ooh.
The fear of bathing or cleaning.
Rare but real. This fear makes ordinary hygiene terrifying. It's often linked to traumatic experiences or severe anxiety
Now,
disorders.
let me tell you
That
where
I
I
can
could
see
see
that.
this.
Wow.
I can
Yeah.
see this in burn victims
You know,
because the pain, they have to scrub those people, and the pain associated with that is unreal.
here's an interesting thing. My second marriage, her third child was a girl. She was burned in water at 6 months old.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
From her waist down. She was set down in a tub of hot water
Oh my goodness.
by a babysitter from the
Oh
waist
no.
down
No.
and her elbows down. She almost
Died.
died that night at the hospital. Luckily, the Lord was with her, prayers and everything kept her alive. Well, she made it through. She is now 40 years old, has 4 kids,
Oh, praise the Lord.
1, 2, 3, 4 grandchildren,
Oh, wow.
and does
Did she have
Normal life.
problems?
very well, but she is not afraid of the water.
It didn't affect her
She
that way.
even not only that, she was on a swim team when she was in elementary, junior high, and high school.
Now, she was put in hot water and there's scarring.
Oh my
Yeah, there
gosh!
is.
But she was
and
a-
it burned
Yes.
for a long time.
Yeah, but she is a very strong woman. She was a very strong girl. She never let that. I talked to your wife.
Yes.
She told me, she just went on with life. It is
Yes.
what it is, and she just went on. And you know what? When you have that attitude, other people take it. They just accept it and go
Yes.
on with
Yeah.
you.
And that's exactly right.
And that's what they did.
Yep.
Next one, Mr. Ryan. This is an interesting one. Nope, not that one.
Oh.
Nope. How about cut number 30?
Oh, okay.
Appreciate it. Chronophobia. The
Common
fear
among-
of time passing.
Common among prisoners and the elderly. This phobia centers around anxiety about how quickly time moves or the inevitability.
Inevitability. That
Inevitability
60 years old thing is
Yes.
catching up with you.
of death and change. Now, let me tell you something. I don't have that problem because I don't care that you know that I'm 60 years old. I'm not having I'm not trying to go back to be 40. I'm 60. But there are a lot of people who cannot accept getting older. Now, a prisoner, if you're in prison for the rest of your life and you feel time is, there's nothing in front of you to look forward to. If you're in there for 20 years and time is going by fast, you're probably thinking, good, let me get out of here in 20 years,
No, but that's not how they're looking at it. They're looking at it, I've lost 20 years.
Okay. Yeah, and you're right.
Well,
Okay.
And not only have I lost 20 years, I don't know what the condition of my physical body will be after 20 years. Will I be able to do any of the things that I really want to do? That's the fear.
That my thing is getting older doesn't bother me as long as I'm healthy. I don't want to be unhealthy. I don't want to be where I can't do things. I'm a very active, busy person.
I have a fear of losing some time when I go hunting because I go, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I've only got 2 days left. It'd be really nice if I had like 5 more days to hunt.
And I think there's a lot of people that have those bucket lists and they try to, there's a reason why they have them. They want to do those things before they die, which I'm good with.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this next one? I want to know if anybody has this phobia, telephonophobia.
What?
Yeah.
Fear of
you got it.
talking on the phone.
Fear of talking on the phone.
I wish we had more
Really?
of this,
Boy,
especially
that-
among teenagers.
This one has grown more common with younger generations. It's not just social anxiety. It's a specific fear of having to speak in real time without visual cues.
You know, we need to like
Wow.
and kind of get that out there on some of these young people
Uh-huh.
and get that out there and kind of
Yep.
put it on some of these younger people so they're not
I would agree.
staring at
Do you
their
know-
phones for
I do remember growing up before we had cell phones and stuff. I remember some uncles and people that they didn't want to talk on the phone. I don't know if they were afraid of it. They just
Yeah.
didn't want to talk on the phone.
I've never had an
they're-
issue with it.
No.
Never had an issue with it.
Now, if you're talking to somebody in a business, world and you're not prepared or whatever, when you're younger, it might be intimidating, but just to talk on the phone, I don't get it. But
Mr. Ryan, cut number 32. Dendrophobia.
Oh,
Huh?
people are genuinely terrified of trees, especially dense forests, possibly linked to trauma or movies that made trees seem alive.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Is
That's-
that like for real?
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And that's, I personally don't understand this one. But as I said
Charlie, have
earlier,
you ever seen The Wizard of Oz?
well, okay. Now that's an interesting one because let me bring this up. You make a really interesting point there, Ryan. I have to tell you one of the greatest nightmares I've ever had. Not great as in it was fantastic. Great as in big. Okay.
I had a fantastic nightmare.
Had a
the other night.
fantastic nightmare the other day. So as a kid, and I'm talking 6, 7 years old, not even. I might have been 5. Who is the cast of characters with Ronald McDonald? Who'd we have?
The Hamburglar,
The Hamburglar,
Grimace.
the Hamburglar, and Grimace.
I don't know any of the other.
I had this fear. My dad used to work in an excavating business. So we would haul sand and gravel to different people and dig in their backyards whenever necessary, blah, blah, blah. And there was this one lake not too far from where we lived in a small town called Sandusky. And there was a lake there, and there was a path that you could pull over. It was for picnics. You could do a picnic there. And I had this nightmare that my dad and I were delivering a load of gravel, and we drove by this place, and he pulled over into this place, and he had to get out of the truck. And the Hamburglar came up on the passenger side of the truck and was attacking me. And I grabbed the can of oil, the squirt can of oil on the floorboard, and I just squirted it at him as fast as I could. That was the nightmare. All from the Hamburglar. Now, why do I bring that up? Because Ryan brings up a really interesting point. I have never watched The Wizard of Oz, probably won't. There's some musicals that just don't interest me.
Watched The Wizard.
I
of
have
Oz?
not watched The Wizard of Oz. Sorry.
Oh man.
I
there's-
can't believe that.
I know. This is just a great disappointment. But the thing is that there are things that we do watch and it lives within our minds and in our subconscious. And we react on those things. So, Ryan brings up a point. Yeah, maybe that's where that fear comes from. Yep. Yeah. I'm just looking through these comments here.
I like trees so much. I'll go out and sit, climb up them, and sit on the side of them.
Yep.
And just hang out for hours.
Yep.
On them, and just hang
Okay, this next one, guys, I think is going to blow your mind. We're going to have a little bit of a we're going to have a little trivia on this one. So bring this up, Ryan. This is cut number 33. Ovomitophobia. Now, if you look at this, it's like ovomitophobia.
Obama. Vomit.
Vomit. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. I don't. Okay. This is a fear of, wait for it, eggs.
Yes, eggs. Whether raw, boiled, or scrambled, the texture and smell can send people running. Trivia time. What famous director, producer had this fear?
Who was this? In the chat. Go ahead and tell us.
I guess that's ones that have been cracked then.
Yes. Yes.
A cracked egg, huh?
Don't know. Who's that director?
Alfred Hitchcock
Had a fear of eggs?
had a fear of eggs.
Really?
Yep, he sure did. And that was another one I had to vet because I couldn't believe it myself. And sure enough, he had a fear of eggs. For a producer that did
Horror shows.
of horror shows, he had a fear of eggs.
I'm surprised he didn't make a movie called The Egg.
I am too.
The Eggman.
I am too.
So am I. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. That one was a little
Weird.
That one was a little weird to me. And let's do the next one, Ryan. Cut number 35.
Oh.
Paganophobia,
Oh.
a fear of beards.
Oh, well, some people feel genuine anxiety or disgust around beards, especially thick or unkept ones. Psychologists say it may come from the inability to read facial expressions properly or from negative associations like seeing villains or intimidating figures with beards in media. That one I understand. That one I do
Yeah,
understand.
I'm trying to think of the villains that what bearded villains do we have?
Blackbeard.
Okay, that's a fair one. Do we have any other ones?
Well, anything old, men had beards. You know, old villains.
I'm just thinking of Santa Claus
But he's not a
because
villain.
so many kids.
Oh,
are
The
scared
Undertaker from WWE. Scared of cucumbers. Whoa. That's an interesting one there. Thank you, Canadian Bake Cannon. Yep, bacon on. I'm not sure how you do that. I think bacon on is what you go by. Beards are kind of hairy. I agree. Thank you.
The other thing that disgusts me about beards, the real long ones, is that when you're sitting down with somebody and food falls into their beard and they don't know it, that just drives me crazy.
Oh, me too.
Brutus of
Me
Popeye.
too.
Brutus of Popeye. Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
I was going to say that.
What did you say, Ryan? What did you say?
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. I don't like that either.
Yeah, I can't stand that. Oh, so, but I like beards. Actually, I do like.
You're not
beards.
getting one.
Wow.
Charlie, that's just a small one.
Just a little fuzz there.
Just a little small
Yeah.
one there.
You know, and now it would be white, but when he was younger, he tried to grow me one because I always liked beards, and he tried to grow
one
me.
now.
No,
Yeah, it came in. No, listen.
I'll draw one on.
Listen. It came
That'd
in.
be too permanent there, Charlie.
It came in red. He had a red beard. Now today it'd probably be white.
It wouldn't do that today. Yeah.
But it was
No, it'd
red
be
when we
all
were
white.
younger. But after about
Too
a
wild.
week, it's so bad he couldn't stand it.
Ryan, we got to get to the last cut on this one.
Yeah.
Cut number 36.
Having too much fun.
Banana phobia.
Oh my God.
Banana phobia.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's real. Some individuals can't stand to touch, smell, or even be near bananas.
This is not good because I need my banana bread.
Boy, you're not kidding.
One documented case tracked it back to childhood. A person was frightened by by the texture when forced to eat one. The combination of mushy feet and strong smell can
Not
trigger.
feet.
I can't.
The mushy feel. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
She's reading without her glasses,
That's
folks.
right. I'm not having my glasses on. And strong smell can trigger deep sensory aversion.
And that's another thing.
Uh,
The sensory aversions.
Yes.
I'd have an aversion for mushy feet too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I have a couple of grandchildren that textures everything to them. They won't. It doesn't matter what it
That's
tastes like.
true.
Yes, we have some grandkids that if the texture is wrong, I don't care what the taste is.
Powder girl, I see it. You love bananas. I don't love bananas. I love banana bread. I can eat a banana. It doesn't bother me.
I love bananas.
Yeah.
I can
Charlie,
I can eat them up all the way up to where they're ready for banana bread.
Maroon 9, am
I
I
love
reading that
bananas.
right? Did you say, hold it. I gotta see that.
Banana cream pie.
oh yes,
Maroon 9, so banana, no. Ooh, banana cream pie. Have you ever had that?
I know, it sounds good.
No, I'm thinking not, but maybe it is. Maybe I
bet-
need Maroon
bet-
9 to make
Can
it
it-
for me.
can it
I don't
be-
know.
banana pudding. Oh, banana pudding.
Oh, no, that's just gross.
I
no,
bet
that
you
is
a
good. Flat out
banana
gross.
cream pie
I'd do
ice
it.
cream.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Look out. We digress.
Man, I could. That'd be
Ryan, I
good.
think we better get into the song portion of the show because this is
Okay.
it's getting wild here. I'm losing control. That's
Were you
wild,
ever in
but
control?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Maybe not today.
John
know.
Arthur's going to have a hard time dealing with
He's
it.
going to watch this episode and he's going to go, "What were you guys doing?"
What did you have before you got on?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, John Arthur told us to do a meme review today.
He did.
so-
Oh,
He did.
Your
He's not going to be
fault.
upset.
It's
He
your
told us to
fault,
have fun
John
with this
Arthur.
Have
one,
fun with
so-
And we have. We roasted Nancy.
Yep.
It was the one thing I needed to do today.
Nancy
So-
and Mamdani.
Mandani, yeah.
Mamdani.
Mandani.
Oh, life switches into the banana split.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot to eat.
And that is good.
I got to tell you this. Our grandson Connor is I'm going to tell you how it is type of kid. And he was about 5 years old and we went to Dairy Queen and he wanted a banana split, right? And we get up there and they said, "We don't do banana splits." Well, on the counter was a banana. He goes, "Well, there's a banana right there."
Yes. Yes. That's my grandson.
Yeah.
5 years old. He's like, "There's a banana right there."
That's a good guy.
Come on, you
right there.
fool. Yeah. He's just a no nonsense kid.
Yep.
He lives in his
guy.
own world, but he is a no nonsense kid. Don't pull that garbage on me. I
right.
see what you can do. Oh,
All right, Ryan.
All right, Ryan. It's time for our song review. Let's do it.
Okay, so today's song I chose is called This House by Ann Wilson, and we've reviewed at least one of her songs.
Yeah,
before.
we
may
have.
done
We did.
Yes.
It was a number of weeks ago, but we did.
Now, this song, I picked it because the last Ann Wilson song we looked at, we were very critical of. Like, I personally had a lot of problems with it. And for me personally, Ann Wilson's one of those artists who, like, a third of her songs, I'm like, really questioning, like, what does this even mean? I'm not sure this is right. And then another third, I'm like, okay, this is fine, not very deep or theologically
Sound.
sound or deep like I like, but it's fine, it's okay. And then there's a third of her songs where I'm like, this is the same girl. This is really
Yeah.
good stuff. She's spitting some.
And let
truth
me
here.
just stop us right there for a quick moment, Ryan, because that's something that I think we're seeing across a lot of music genres, if you will. And part of it is, I think it's somewhat out of necessity. I'm not sure that that's really a good word to use there. But when you're trying to do crossover type music, you've got country artists trying to do Christian music. You got Christian artists trying to do country music, and some trying to do pop, and they try to do this and they try to do that. And it's all in the name of selling. And this is where I get a little bit of edginess for stuff like this. I've been critical of Lauren Daigle. Lauren Daigle has a wonderful voice. I
Agreed.
I love Lauren's voice. I really do.
And a lot of her songs.
In a lot of her songs, but Lauren is definitely one that has looked at the crossover scene. She's tried to be crossover. And when I say that, here's what I mean. Lauren Daigle is a Christian. Don't apologize for it. And I'm not saying she's apologized with her music, but some of her music has been broadcast as Christian, and you listen to the lyrics and you go, yeah. And I'm serious. It's not. I don't think that's a good way to go as a Christian. That's me. And I'm not going to sit here and be more critical of Lauren. Lauren's got her own life to live and testimony. I don't think she's not an inherently bad person at all. I'm not saying that. I just wish she would stand stronger on her words in her songs and not be afraid to put them out there. But I do understand why she's trying to do it. And she has been able to talk with other famous singers like Ariana Grande. If there was a person that needed Christ, hello.
You're taking Ryan's time.
I am. Keep going, Ryan. Sorry.
No, you're good, Mr. Charlie. That was very good to bring out. But this song by Ann Wilson, This House, it's one of my favorite from hers because this is one of those songs where I'm like, Ann, what? We need more of this stuff.
Yeah,
This is
absolutely.
I like these lyrics. I hear them, and it's like, this is some really good stuff. Like, amen. Like I clearly know what scripture she's referencing with these lyrics. It's so good. So let's dive in here. Verse 1, pain will come, tears will flow, sorrow's gonna fight for my soul, but heaven knows where I stand. Rains will pour, winds will blow, floods are gonna rise, oh I know, but hope ain't built on sinking sand. I've seen enough to know. And then into the chorus. You could lay bricks, you could dig a foundation, you could build up 10,000 feet tall, but if it don't stand on the word of the Lord, this house gonna fall. You could put a cross right up on the steeple, you could stain glass on every wall, but if it don't stand on the word of the Lord, this house gonna fall.
Wow. I'd say that's pretty strong.
That is very
That is
strong.
really what I would call biblically sound.
And like I said, you clearly know what scripture she's referencing.
Absolutely.
I believe it's Matthew 7
It is.
somewhere, the story of the wise man and the foolish man build their houses on the rock and the
Yep.
sand. And just the message of this song, how you need to have a good foundation. That foundation is Christ.
Boy, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
and it gets even better. Let's dive into verse 2 here. All right. Empty words are like empty rooms. You can have it all, but it only proves that without love, it's just for show. And you can give it all away. You can even do it in Jesus' name. But without love, you're going to do it alone.
Ooh. Wow.
Right?
This is a song to me, and this is what differentiates a good songwriter from an average songwriter. We've talked about Bart Millard before. Bart, he brings it from deep within him. Deep within him. This is a song that sounds like it came from deep within Anne's heart. She really articulated this really well. I think it's a great song.
Oh, yeah. And the scripture she's referencing with that second verse is 1 Corinthians 13, I believe, where it says, like, if I speak with the tongues of man but have not love, then I'm just a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal.
Yep.
Like,
That's good.
Like, without love, it just means nothing.
Boy.
Without Christ, it means nothing.
Good stuff. Keep going, Ron.
And then last little part of the song, the bridge here. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood, my righteousness, and I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name.
Now I want to sing the song.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've heard that part many a time in many songs, but that's okay, because it really fits this song, I think.
Yes.
So,
I just think about this. My hope is built on nothing less
the solid rock.
than Jesus' blood and righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest
Hold on, will we get
frame,
copyrighted?
but wholly lean on Jesus.
It's an
Just
old.
realized.
It's an no. It's
Oh,
an
wait,
old
you're right. The
old
hymn-
song. It's
the
an
hymns
old
are in
hymn.
the public domain.
Yeah, it's in
You're
the
That's right.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For those of you that want to hear Charlie sing more, just make your donations now. No. I'm just
Charlie
having
used to
fun.
sing in a quartet many years ago.
I did.
Really?
I did. I enjoyed
Yes,
it.
and they were
Don't
trying to come up with
sing.
a.
I did not know that.
I
Yeah.
don't sing because I can't sing.
What was the name of the group that you sang in?
Heaven Bound.
So we were trying to come up with a name for these four gentlemen, and they thought, well, we could do Charlie's Angels, but they went with Heaven Bound instead.
Ryan's face says it all. It's great. Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. No, that is Ryan, that's a really good song that you picked out there. And let me just say, for those of you that are watching and listening, the reason that we go through these song reviews, we strongly believe that it's important that you pay attention to what's going in your ear gate and your eye gate. It matters.
Yep.
It absolutely matters. And
also, I think important to note is music is a big part of our lives and our culture.
amen.
I mean, there's books of the Bible filled with songs. Like, it's a big part of our lives.
It's a great point there, Ryan,
It's a
because if you
great
talk
gift from
about
God.
some of the more difficult countries to live in, what is something that they can hold on to day in and day out?
Music.
Music. So your point is well made there. I would totally agree with that. And boy,
Music plays on your emotions.
It does.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
does.
absolutely does. This has been fun, guys. This has been fun. What you got there, Steve?
Here's Alan 101. This thread's got the energy of a late night truck stop radio show hosted by a cryptid and co-piloted by a hot fudge sundae.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right now.
Alan 101, that has got to be probably the greatest thread that we have ever seen in our chat. That was hilarious. That is good. That is good. Oh my goodness. And Nikki wanted to go get ice cream afterwards. So who knows?
Maybe
it'll be a hot fudge
sundae,
sundae coming up. Thank you,
All
Alan
right,
101.
cryptid.
Oh my gosh. This is too funny.
Oh man, this
John
is a
Arthur
good
was
show.
never going to
We're
want to come
having a
back
great
after
time.
this.
This is good.
No, John Arthur's going to say, I need to go back and get those people under control. That's what he's going to say. Go ahead. Leave us for 3 weeks, John Arthur. Leave the country and see what happens.
Back to that show.
Oh my. Oh my. That is so great. Well, let's close this up, guys. We've had a great couple of hours here. Again, I want to remind everybody before we come with our final comments, you don't want to miss next week's show. We're going to have a really good couple of segments. We'll have a good opening hour, but we'll have a really good couple of segments. We're going to focus more on the Thanksgiving side of things. And I think you're going to find that to be really enjoyable to listen to and to watch. So I just want to encourage you to do that. My darling, again, happy early birthday. Looking forward to spending that day with you. But do tell what you felt like was the key thing for you today in today's show.
Well, I think it's important that we do talk about what just happened in the election and the consequences of it.
Yes.
Anybody who understands the difference between capitalism and socialism knows this is a freight train ready for a derailment.
Yep.
And I mean,
Yep.
you got to be careful when politicians promise you the world. They just can't. Government cannot solve your problems, all your problems, and that's not what it was intended. God created government to promote good and to punish evil.
Amen.
And when you constantly give handouts to individuals, that doesn't make them stronger. That makes them weaker and more dependent on the government. You don't want to be a people dependent on the government, because then the government becomes your daddy and tells you what you can and cannot do.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Steve.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to or what goes on in New York City over the next, say, even 6 months to year, and to see if it really does end up being like a third world country. And I really do. I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen. I think a lot of services are going to go downhill, a lot of city services.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to start looking like a third world country. I really do, Charlie.
Yeah.
And it's going to be bad for the country. I really do. And if it doesn't get under control and the rest of the people in this country, as far as voters, don't come to the realization and see what's going on, it's going to spread. And
Yeah.
I believe if they see that and realize what's happening, they're not going to vote that way.
Yep. Mr. Ryan.
One thing for me is just like how I was mentioning earlier, the more I listen to and study music, I just realize how like a big part of our lives it is, how it's so incorporated into our lives. Like every day we sing songs, we don't even know we're singing. Like we just go about our day and
We're going
hum a
through the
little
motion of
tune,
it.
and we even realize we're singing. There have been so many times where I didn't even realize I was singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it's just helped me realize how important it is to at least watch how much you listen to music and what kind of music you're listening to.
I would say this.
Help me
Go ahead.
realize the need for good, solid Christian music.
Yes.
Which, as some people know, me and a friend of mine are working on putting out some of our own good, solid Christian music as well.
Yep.
We're actually meeting up tonight to do some songwriting. So,
and I think the point I would probably add to what you've just said, which I think was really well stated, don't get lazy in what you're listening to. Boy, there's a phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get lazy with what you're listening to. Don't get lazy with what you're watching on TV. And by the way, I would advocate that you shouldn't be spending hours and hours and hours in front of the TV.
please don't.
Yeah, please don't.
I did.
But I just want to say that it's important that we don't get lazy with what's coming into our minds, in our hearts, and I think it would serve us well. I think for today, it was fun going through some of the memes. Many of them just having a lot of fun with it, right? There are some serious consequences, though, that if we do not do what is right as Christians, then we are going to pay a price. There are many people around this world that live in places that we wouldn't think possible. They deal with it. They're content with it because they don't have much choice. They don't have access to the kinds of things that maybe you and I have access to. I think we need to be good stewards with what God has given us. God has blessed us, and we should count our blessings. But we also need to be good stewards. To whom much is given, much is required. And we need to be good stewards with what God has given us because He has given us much. I emphasize again, it's important to vote in the primaries. The general election is not the only time that you should be voting. And if that is the only time you're voting, can I just say shame on you? And I say that unapologetically. Shame on you. You should be voting in the primaries. You should be studying the issues. You should be studying the people. Do you understand that in many countries there are people that don't get to vote at all? Don't get to vote at all. And they would love to come to America to cast a vote. There was a comment made in the thing earlier, and I don't remember who made it, and I'm not even going to necessarily disagree with it. Sometimes we wonder if our vote counts. Folks, in a land that has almost 400 million people, can I just say this? If Christians alone voted, just Christians alone, we would impact things in such a major way. But the group that's not voting as much as they should, guess what? It's Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Was Jesus political? You bet He was. Was He religious? You bet He was. And I like the words of my good friend Eric Hernandez. Good theology leads to good religion. Bad theology leads to bad religion. I think there's a lot of truth in that. A lot of truth in that. I am so thankful that you have joined us today. Again, we are grateful for your support and watching us here. You can catch us live every Sunday, 1 to 3 p.m. Central Time Zone. You can catch us on D-Live and on Vaughn.
God's time zone.
God's time zone, as John Arthur will remind you. And you can catch us live there. You can catch us on your favorite YouTube and Rumble channels, all right, at Further Every Day. And for those of you that are downloading our podcast, thank you so much. You can download our podcast on any of the major podcast platforms. Very grateful for your listening time.